Walk the halls of any drama school today, and you will feel the ambient anxiety. Generative models can now synthesize emotional expressions on command, creating photorealistic humans out of thin air. In the summer of 2023, this anxiety spilled into the streets. Thousands of working actors formed dense picket lines across Los Angeles and New York. They squared off directly against the studio system, halting major productions to protect their likenesses from digital extraction. The grievance was simple. As one demonstrator's sign pointed out, the technological threat felt like a violation of fairness. If a computer can perfectly clone a human voice and render a crying face, does a person reading lines in front of a camera still have a job? That fear assumes acting is something you look at. It treats performance as a visual medium. It is actually a biological event. While algorithms are highly proficient at generating images of humans, they remain biologically and psychologically incapable of the act of acting. To see why a server farm cannot act, we have to look at how it generates an output. Generative AI is not a creative entity. It is entirely a predictive engine. It operates within a strict boundary we can call the data ceiling. Relying exclusively on human-fed input, it is permanently trapped by past patterns. This diagram shows how the math actually works. The system analyzes millions of hours of past footage, identifying mathematical patterns in how faces move when sad or voices pitch when angry, and averages those inputs out into a statistically probable bell curve. The output is exactly the mathematical average of what has already been done. True acting requires the opposite of a statistical average. It requires instinct and spontaneous invention. A human performer can make a bizarre, illogical, and entirely original choice in a scene because they are drawing on their own unique lived experience. Because a machine possesses no lived experience, it can only regurgitate and remix the choices humans have already made. It is the ultimate mimic, but it is incapable of genuine invention. A scene is also a physical event. When a human steps onto a stage or in front of a lens, it engages their entire central nervous system. The body reacts to the high stakes of the moment. Adrenaline dumps into the bloodstream. The heart rate spikes, breathing becomes shallow, and blood visibly rushes to the face or drains away. A machine has no nervous system. It has no physical body to protect. Because it cannot die or get injured or feel the psychological weight of failure, it has absolutely no stakes. You can program a digital rendering to shake or cry, but a camera captures the difference between a rendered animation of fear and the involuntary micro-expressions of a biological organism reacting to the moment. Vulnerability requires the possibility of being hurt. Without a physical body that can fail, there is no true vulnerability. The engineers who design these systems are trained to eliminate errors. Their goal is a flawless, high-fidelity output. In a dramatic performance, perfection is sterile. When you smooth out the vocal cadence, perfect the tear, and center the eyeline, you strip away the friction of human error. The result is uncanny, polished, and dead. The greatest moments in cinematic history are frequently born from mistakes. An actor forgetting a line and improvising in frustration, a genuine voice crack during a scream, or physically stumbling and dropping a prop. The human flaw is the exact feature that makes a performance magnetic. Ultimately, the survival of the human actor comes down to the psychology of the audience. Why do we watch plays, films, and television in the first place? We do not watch drama to see a computer successfully solve a visual rendering puzzle. There is an unspoken contract between the screen and the viewer. We watch to see another person navigate pain, joy, and grief, so we feel less alone in our own experience. If you find out that a heartbreaking, tear-filled monologue was generated by a server farm in California rather than felt by a human soul, that psychological contract shatters. We cannot empathize with a machine because the machine risks absolutely nothing to tell the story. The technology will streamline the logistics of production. It will automate background extras, handle dialogue dubbing, and generate digital stunt doubles. But despite taking over those logistical tasks, the algorithm cannot replicate the biological humanity of the movie star. The performers who survive this technological shift will be the ones who lean into the exact things the machine cannot do. They will embrace their messy, unpredictable biology. The future of acting does not belong to the flawless machine. It belongs to the deeply flawed, deeply feeling human.